I just can't believe it. You look the same. Well, we don't look the same. We were kids back then, but 50 years, bro. It's making me cry. 50 years. I mean, it was an important part of my life. I still remember the names. Sergeant Jenks and Kashmir. I remember you took those pills and you know, I don't know, man. It was all drama. It was all fucking drama. We knew it was drama at the time. We weren't going to do anything. I mean, maybe you were. I don't. But I mean, I've been on locked wards since then in VAs, man. I had to put my in. I had a hard time. This first. I mean, I was. You just don't know. The Air Force was an awakening for me, and for the first time in my life, I was reading books. Atlantic City, man, it was like a very backwards place for most people. And I was in a white working class neighborhood. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. The only thing I had going for me was I could sing. I mean, I didn't ever make any money, but at least I could sing, you know? And I built on that as the years went by. When I was in the VA, I always went to the music therapist. And, you know, it's a long story. I'm writing about it. I'm writing about my recuperation. Because it started, man, when I was 13 years old, I accidentally shot somebody. It got in the newspaper. It got blown out of proportion. At that point in my life, I became the black sheep of the family, you know, all that stereotypical shit. I had to have tons of therapy, but I'm a lot better now, man. I'm way better. Way top. I married an African-American woman, which didn't last. She was rough. I mean, it was in Baltimore, in her neighborhood. It was a challenge, and I wasn't up to it because she didn't want me to play the guitar anymore. That was it. She hung my that song, "Keep This Job," though it gives me the blues, is a story about her. Well, my reaction to her hanging my guitar up on the wall like it was a fucking piece of furniture that it represented my past. No, it wasn't my past. But anyway, be that as it may, that was in 1988. I'm a dragon. I don't know what sign. I don't know. I didn't check your birthday. I've studied astrology a little bit. I'm a Scorpio, and I'm in the Chinese system. I'm a dragon, and just my whole life has been to finding talents that I didn't know I had, or that I was too negative to think about developing and developing them. The guitar is one thing. What I have over here is pretty funny. Let me just show you. This is something I invented called the verb gym, the Gimnasio de los Verbos. From a distance, I can sit back and I can, you know, alumbrar, and I can conjugate it. And you have to, like in Romance languages, you have to conjugate all these motherfuckers. Or you're never going to get anywhere past the indicative tense, right? So, like, one thing I like to do is practice the conditional and future endings. But already, I don't want to speak for too long. But I mean, see, when you get closer to this thing, it's really interesting because it's got all the definitions written down. So you can, and the thing is, I like it because it's dynamic. You can get up and you can walk around. You can do your, you know, yoga or something while you're conjugating verbs. You're not limited to like the normal postures people are, you know, the sitting hunched over, you know, and it's dreadful at first. I mean, I hated it. But when I started to get results on the street, when girls started to, like, you know, perk up because I knew what the fuck I was talking, you know, because I was speaking like I was educated, that was that was a big plus. I mean, I haven't, you know, I'm 68, so I've had a lot of conversations. That's pretty funny. Okay. But anyway, Greg, big hug to you, man. Get back to me if you feel like it. You know, I don't know how you feel about those days. But to me, that was a pivotal moment in my life where I didn't know. I mean, I was really into Frank Zappa and listening to music. But God, Steve, you know, I have this one thing that's so funny that happened. I was, this is the day I went into Sergeant Kashmir's office and told him I was a communist. And the reason I did, I was like all high, and I was listening to Cat Stevens, On the Road to Find Out, on the Tea for the Tillerman album. And I read and while I was listening to it, this is like when you're young, you can do this shit, right? I was reading the Communist Manifesto for the first time. And I was also reading Catch-22. You know, I read a lot of books. I was always in that, you know, whatever the name of that, you know, like convenience store was that we had on the post or whatever. And I read a lot of books. And I'm really glad I did, because that got me. And I looked up all the words, and I was like that comedian Norm Crosby. Crosby. I was always using words that I didn't know the meaning of, just because they were big. Yeah, but I mean, I'm better now. But that stuff is funny, man. That stuff is funny, and I'm all about Dave Chappelle. I really like Dave Chappelle's comedy, and Bill Burr or Bill Barr, whatever, But Chappelle Chappelle reminds me of you, man. And my friend Hassan Abdullah, Stanley Barber from Atlantic City. He was like the only dude. I mean, we had an artistic connection that we got closer when we were in our 30s. We grew up in a really racially segregated, racially divided town. I mean, as I recall, I want to write about that too, how everything was strictly demarcated. And I lived in this all white, middle class, working class neighborhood. And when I was like 11, I was the paper boy for the first black people to move into the African American people to move into the neighborhood. And we had a white flight thing. Everybody moved away and all that stuff, man. And now we're still doing it on a different level. I mean, for 6 years ago when Ferguson, man, just really woke me up. I said, what the fuck is going on? I'd been out of the States for more or less for 20 years now. I haven't been around. I've been here dealing with all the racist bullshit that we've accumulated, our karma has accumulated, right? But it's okay, because at first I got mad and my feelings got hurt. Dad, they're fucking racist. Yeah, well, how's it feel? Well, I'm Irish too, so we got, I have that in my genes. I can't stand British accents. I have a good friend that's British. I can't stand him when he speaks, because it pisses me off. There's a racial memory back there somewhere in DNA land that I must have. Well, anyway, it's amazing that you're still alive, and I'm glad you're still alive, and I hope you're prospering in every way, shape, and form, and take care, man. Take care.